November Tango 4 Oscar Mike.
November Tango 4 Oscar Mike, is that a Roger?
November Tango 4 Oscar Mike, is that a Roger?
That is correct.
Roger, Roger, Oscar Mike, and what's the name there?
Roger, Roger, Oscar Mike, and what's the name there?
The name here is Tom, and I'm located in the state of Georgia, running an ICOM 7300. Go ahead.
All right, Tom, did you say 7300?
7300. Running into an amplifier right now. I don't know if you could even hear me without the amplifier.
Probably not. Probably not. All right, let me just see if I can bring up my my Georgia SDR. It should be. Oh, it's changed frequencies. That's what the problem is. Stand by just a moment there. Let me bring this mama back on. Come on there. Sorry, those technical difficulties here. I should have had it already. There we go. There we go. All right, I got to Georgia back on now. So, Tom, give me about 10 seconds. Tell me about your antenna system. Let me look around, see if I can find a better audio system. Let me just check something here. Huh. That's interesting. I don't know where I'm getting a sound. I don't know where it's coming from. Anyway, all right. So, Gremlins. I got Casper in the studio. Tom, why don't you give me 10 seconds? Let me hear you tell me about your antenna system. Let me see how if I can get a better signal. Roger.
Tell me about your antenna system. Let me see how if I get a better signal.
I'm running an off-center phase dipole with the apex about 40 feet in the air, running north-south, and the ends are approximately
5 feet off of the ground. It seems to work okay sometimes, but at any rate, that's what we're running right now. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Well, I finally got my Georgia SDR running, and I've got just a room full of you there. You're about look to be about 15 over on the Georgia SDR. So if you'd be interested in our setup procedure, it starts with you verifying that your bandpass is in the 100 to 2900 mode. Roger?
2900 mode. Roger.
Okay, let me check that real quick. Okay, that's where we are.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, now let's check out your compressor processor on and add a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Roger?
10 or 30 out of 100. Roger.
Okay, that's where it's already set. It says a 3, and right now my gain is 50%.
Okay, not really concerned about the mic gain, only as it relates to your ALC meter. So go to your ALC meter with the mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word audio, adjust your ALC meter from its scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain control.
By way of mic gain control.
There went completely gone. Okay, that's 2/3. That's 9%.
Roger. So just as we're talking now, I want you to leave your ALC meter out as we talk, and just verify. You know, the sweet spot's going to be mid-scale to 2/3. You may have to do a little touch-up there. So now let's go to your equalization page, Roger.
Your equalization page, Roger.
Okay, transmit EQ up there.
All right, I want you to add 3 clicks boost treble EQ from where you are. 3 clicks boost treble EQ from where you are.
Treble EQ from where you are.
Oh, wait, you said treble, didn't you? Ah, you hit the wrong one.
Okay, be sure and put that other one back where it was.
Okay, treble is up, bass is back where it was.
Yes, sir. And now, what kind of EQ does that radio have? Is it a 3-band, a 8-band, or what?
3-band, 8-band, or what?
It's a 2-band.
Excellent. Hard to go wrong with a 2-band. That's the greatest invention folks ever made, you know. And the reason for that is that you always want to keep your mid-range flat. You know, they say, well, gosh, if you're going to keep the mid-range flat, just don't even show it. So that's the way that goes. And the reason for that is if you boost the mid-range, it's so much harder for the top to strike a balance to the mid-range and the bottom to strike a balance to the mid-range. So if you want to keep it flat, the designer said, well, let's not even put it in there. So there you go. It's 2-band EQ, greatest thing since the sliced bread. Roger?
Roger?
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Makes it a whole lot easier on everybody.
Yes, sir. And how much, do you have any, could you go plus two more? Plus 2 clicks to boost more treble EQ?
2 clicks to boost more treble EQ?
I've got one left. I can go one more, so.
All right, and then I want you to tell me about that 7300, what you like best about it.
Well, what I like best about it probably is the waterfall. I love that, and the fact that it's got a touch screen on it. I see somebody or see a signal on the waterfall, I can touch it, and it'll basically go right to there with a little bit of fine-tuning to get it exactly on frequency. But I guess that's probably the feature I like about it the most.
Roger, Tom. Now, I want you to, what is your setting on your bass? What is this bass setting on that EQ?
Right now it's a +2. I have 3 more before it hits the top.
I would leave it where it is, sir. I think you're sounding great. The thing is, you know, you can always crank in a bunch of bass, but the problem is Mother Nature sometimes does whammies on you that takes that top end away, like phase cancellation, where she bends back half the signal later in space than earlier. And so when the two come back, one part may be 180 degrees out of phase with the other, and the cancellation starts at the top end of the audio spectrum. So you lose all that top end, and then if you have a bunch of bass, it's just all that bass and nowhere to go, Roger.
Oh, Roger. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've heard it happen while I've been talking to someone in Europe somewhere, and I've actually heard what you're talking about.
Yes, sir. So I, sometimes I'll take it down and put a little bottom in there, but you always have to have a nice top end to offset anything that might happen there. So I think you're in an ideal situation. So if you want to hear your audio, Tom, go to YouTube, do a call in a search for KC9VKV Logbook on a YouTube search. KC9VKV Logbook on a YouTube search, and we'll have this up by noon tomorrow. Roger?
By noon tomorrow. Roger?
Okay, I do thank you. I'll check it out.
Alrighty, and why don't you leave your ALC meter out for maybe a week or so, and it gives you something to do with your eyeballs as you're Qsoing, and just keep looking at that ALC as you speak, and try to keep that ALC in the sweet spot, mid-scale to 2/3, by way of voice control. Roger?
By way of voice control. Roger?
Alrighty, I'll do that. I'll watch it, and you say 2/3 scale? Alrighty, that's what we'll do then.
Roger, Tom. It's mid-scale to 2/3. The sweet spot is halfway between mid-scale and 2/3. So there you go. 73, Tom, and thanks for dropping by. And if you get a chance to join us next Friday. And with that, gosh, we've come to the end of another broadcast, Qso-Vlog Net for Friday afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed the show. If so, join us next Friday. And again, if you want to go to YouTube and do a call in a search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 of a series of 2100. There is another series that we have. It's called KC9VKV Highlights. KC9VKV followed by the word highlights. These are some of our more interesting, less technical, more philosophical kinds of QSO pieces. So with that, we'll say 73, and we'll be returning this frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, clear.